Hello, friends, and welcome to Talking with Famous People. My name is Host Eric, and I am the host of Talking with Famous People. And tonight I'm talking about ENFJ on the download, Secret Slab Agent. ENFJ, Secret Slab Agent. You like my hair? My hair grew back. All my hair did. It came in this beautiful silver color. I like it. It was a surprise to us all. I went to work. I was almost entirely bald, and then by the time I had driven back home, all this hair had grown on top of my head. Lovely head of gray hair I got here. I've made a man bun here in the back, as you can see. I needed to do a man bun because I have so many lovely gray locks to accommodate. It's been very interesting hanging out with Rachel, getting to know her, and she's the real title of this video, which is ENFJ on the down low. Rachel is basically an ENFJ on the down low, but she's definitely an ENFJ. I've had some people in here say, well, she's an ESFJ or, whatever else. Didn't have a shred of SI in her. Let me tell you that in no uncertain terms. It's very interesting because I get to see what really means. It's the difference between an intuitive and a sensor, really. It's about what kind of data, basically. Is it intuitive data or sensing data? This girl doesn't remember anything. Then I check. I'm like, hey, I tell her something, and I ask her like an hour later, hey, do you remember what I said? She doesn't remember. Hey, Rachel.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you? I like it. I was wondering when you to do it.
Yeah, well, I tell you, Rachel, what happened is I went to work and everything was normal. I started driving home and I felt this itching on my scalp. By the time I got home, I had regrown this full head of hair.
Whoa.
It's pretty shocking. Would you like to
That is shocking.
Would you like to come sit next to me?
Yeah.
Great. It makes me happy when you sit next to me. I am currently talking about you, in fact, or about ENFJs, I guess, technically. This is called Undercover, or no, not Undercover, ENFJ on the DL. If you sit here, then I'll pull this back over here.
On the DL?
Yeah, you're ENFJ on the DL. And the reason you're ENFJ on the DL, I'll move the camera so you don't have to move it. The reason you're ENFJ on the down low is because you don't come across as particularly extroverted or ENFJ-like in a lot of ways, You kind of come across as quiet. You don't talk a whole bunch. But I mean, the thing is, and so some people are going to say, well, you can't be an intuitive. You must be a sensor. You're not chatty enough and or you're not abstract enough or whatever. People say those sort of things. But the fact is, it's about what kind of data you're focusing on. So when my dad came in from running some errands, he came in here and Rachel and I were in here, knocked on the door. He's like, hey, Mama, I told him some things. When he left, Rachel pointed out, that's such a sensor thing. All he did was he came in here and he just told us what he had done. Just like, first I went and did this, then I went and did that, and then I went and did this. Like, you're totally right. That is exactly what he does. And I hadn't really noticed it before. If you're an ESTJ in your life, you probably hear this sort of thing where they come in and they tell you, I checked this off the list, and you remember that problem we talked about? Well, I took the first steps in solving that, and blah, 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 blah. So that's the sort of thing that she's noting, observing. It's FE data, basically. She also made some interesting observations about the way that my dad and I communicated with each other via sort of facial expressions, conveying information to each other, which she was able to read because, of course, she is an extrovert. Her attention's extroverted out towards everybody else's mood and man.
Having the part in the middle makes...
almost like a turban. No, Adrian B. As I was explaining, I was driving home from work today. Okay, my scalp started itching,
It's
and
real.
I was just like, "What's going on here?" And I could feel like the hair just starting to grow back into my head. And by the time I got home, I had this full head of gray hair. I was just like, "Geez, wow! I didn't think that normally. I'm pretty sure that doesn't normally happen." Anyway, yeah, all my own natural hair. You'll note I have so much of it. I had to make a man bun in the back.
Yeah.
See, Rachel helped me with it.
Yeah, I did.
I never made a man bun before. Hi, Winston's mom. Your
Hi,
screen is
Winston's
not
mom.
all kaflooey. I have regrown a full head of hair. Actually, I got this at the thrift store. I had this wig. I thought it'd be fun to get it. It's a grandma wig. You see, I can put this part in the front though. It could be like,
You can.
oh,
It's like the new style.
this is like a, what are they called? Those sheiks. A religion of the sheiks. Yo, what up?
Yeah.
So this season,
Fortune hat, I could see that.
this season we're talking the newest fashion styles and the newest fashion, obligations. Really, forehead bling. You'll notice I've got this forehead bling. Where's your forehead bling? You don't even have any because you're not keeping up with the times. Okay. Winston says, hi, I like seeing you two together. I like seeing us together too. It's been really interesting because I keep expecting there to be problems that are just embedded habits.
I really like it a lot. I'm having a lot of fun. It's been very nice.
And have you decided you want to be my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was up in the air there for a minute. She's like, I don't know. Oh, I'm just joking. The thing is, we haven't had any conflict at all. Not one shred of it. And I don't expect we will because her level of demandingness is within the acceptable range. And if you are within an acceptable range of level of demandingness, she might be. I might have to send her back, but she might end up staying here. She's definitely going. I mean, she's definitely staying here with me forever. But she may have to go back and then come back for like a week or something, which I may manage to finagle it so she doesn't go back at all.
I wanted to say that like anytime it's like a decent time in New York too, you can take my phone and you can like call my parents and stuff. It's totally fine. You'd also like anyone who like texts me can fuck around with it. Like I always wanted to like give someone my phone and be like, hey, just fuck around with it.
Okay, sure. If you feel
it's not even like
fine. I'm not even suspicious of you at all.
No, not for suspicion, for fun.
Oh, okay, sure, fine. Okay. That'd be crazy. Winston's mom. I'd be fine with it if it weren't at my dad's house. She is pretty darn smart enough for me. This is the other thing I keep experiencing because she's an ENFJ, or maybe because I'm her benefactor type or something. But I keep underestimating her and then revising my opinion.
Thank you.
She's got NI tool functions, so she doesn't say a lot of wrong shit. Also, on a couple of occasions when she's needed to establish a boundary or check me a little bit or something, she's done it in very, the nice thing about NI tool is very rip the band-aid off. I get clearly from 3 words from her, I'll feel like schooled a little bit. But, it doesn't start any fight because the only thing she's doing is saying, no, I don't really like that thing or whatever. And it's fine. I think you might find the video, "Will minimum wage workers agree to share $1,000?" interesting. They show their MBTI types in the video later on. One guy supposedly an HP. Hi, Walter Wiseman.
Hi, Walter Wiseman.
So Winston's mom and Walter Wiseman, I added you guys as blue people. I mean, I've never been a fan of blue people in live chats at all. But if I'm going to have any, then we should establish who I think is moderator-ish. Now, that's the thing, Walter Wiseman. SE Polar is a strong qualification for moderator. Maybe not for plumber, but for moderator for sure. Hello, WW, sweet M&Ms in this upside down world. She's even tempered, right? What I'm discovering is I am always. This is Rachel. She's my woman, my new woman. Anyway, I was gonna say, what was I going to say? I don't remember. Oh, it's Ken. Hi, Ken. Yeah, pretty nice. Let me tell you. Pretty nice. Oh yeah, about her. This is my forehead bling. Okay, I'm working this forehead bling. Here's an example of how I've been conditioned to expect a great deal of difficulty from a woman. Earlier, I wanted to ask her if she wouldn't mind, while I was at work, spending some of the time inside with my dad and mom to help with my mom, or just keep my dad company or something, you know. And as I was going to ask her, I was like humming and hawing about how to phrase it, and I started going like, okay, listen, I'm not just, listen, if you could just spend some of the time, and she wasn't understanding what I was saying because I was being so roundabout and trying to just ask her, right? When she finally did understand what I was asking, she just said the same thing she always says, just, of course, yeah, no problem, I'd love to. I realized that moment, like, I am spiking out arguments she's never going to make. I'm spicing. Yes, we are. Susie, we are going to find a house together, Spacey and Tori. We went to karaoke with them last night. I am confident that we'll be able to live together, as long as Tori doesn't turn her music up too loud. We'll be fine. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Thank you.
And Rachel LaFalosa is going to be there, and so am I. You think that's behavior? Yeah, I think I learned it in the last relationship. Everything was so thorny in that relationship. If I like, you know, earlier today, I was working on something in here, and Rachel was sitting inside the house and talking to my mom and just chatting with her. Now, my mom's not saying anything of any meaning. She's just going like bliggity blow. But Rachel just gives her some FE and, oh, yeah. And, you know, I was working out here and Rachel was inside, and I was just working out here for like an hour. I started feeling more and more stressed out. Like, oh, Jesus, I can't leave Rachel in there any longer. She's going to be mad. I can't just, you know, she's in there. Yeah, that's when I met her. She's in there doing this stuff that needs to be done, family work, basically, which is entertain mom for a little bit. And she's going to, and what's going to happen is Rachel's going to be all mad at me because I left her in there doing that for like 2 hours, and I didn't come in and help. I go in there, not one shred of that from her. There's not one shred of, where have you been? Not one shred of, you're such a shitty son, or it's like, you know, not one shred of that. It's like somehow my understanding of like what you can reasonably ask of another person has been ruined by always getting attacked for everything. Everything being, yeah, well, sure. Like, because I get frustrated with my mom. You know, it's a very tense environment over there. So when my mom is moving slowly and being difficult and stuff at Kimberly's house, sometimes I would yell at my mom, come on, Mom, get the fuck on the toilet. It's ridiculous. Shit like that. You know, Kim would spin it as I'm a bad son. I don't know. I'm not a good caregiver. I shouldn't be trusted with my mom. All kinds of crazy shit, you know. She really did a number indeed. A lot of wicked narrative work. But regardless, that'll pass soon enough. I am, Jeeves, this is my forehead bling. My natural hair, my forehead bling. I mean, Rachel, what do you like when you are mad? Do you hop and holler or throw magazines at the wall while you watch them flutter helplessly forward? What is your boiling point like?
It doesn't happen often. I can only remember like twice that I've ever thrown anything, and it was way out of character and like totally justified.
What do you think you might get mad at me about eventually? I try to be very attentive to if you have a clear preference or whatever, that I try to take care of making sure you get what you want, right?
Yeah. I would say you're attentive.
Cool. But there's still going to be something that pisses me off about you. It pisses you off about me. I mean.
It is that I poop on the sidewalk.
I told you, Rachel, that's okay. I will continue to clean up your poop from the sidewalk.
I mean, as long as there's baggies, right?
Yeah. Excellent question, Rachel. You know, Eric, well, what will tick you off and make you mad? I know, every couple does fight. I'm waiting to see what we're going to fight about, too. But I'll tell you this, we're off to a good start.
Yeah, I would say that, too.
We haven't done any damage to each other yet. We've been consistently kind, polite, and I trust her.
Yeah.
You know, I have no logical good reason to trust her, but I just trust her based on my instincts.
I should have asked you what time you're going to be done tonight. Your dad asked, and I was like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, oh, I didn't ask.
That's okay. That's not true, Jeeves. Kimberly and I did not get off to a good start. We had problems at our first date. Our first date ended in a fight. Because I tried to get on her because she was giving me signals like, yeah, you can get on me. Yeah. And it continued to cause problems down the road. That first fight, we should reference it. It's an SI thing, too.
She referenced it?
Well, yeah, because SI doms are obsessed with what's happened before. Whereas Rachel, we went in the supermarket, and I was like, hey, we're going from the pumpkins to the non-alcoholic beer. And you try to remember, Rachel, the experience of walking from here to there. And then when we got outside, I asked her, what was between there? She didn't remember the Starbucks or the wine. She just remembered there were aisles. It's like the Polar SI runs strong in this one. All right, look. Jeeves, she told me the other day she was going to unsubscribe. The other day, somebody else put a comment in the live stream that said Kim was dumb as a rock. I read it out loud, laughed, and didn't comment on it at all. That's the only thing that was said about her in the entire live stream. And I got called and screamed at because I was so cruel to her because I didn't defend her. So, I mean, it's like she's just constantly looking for problems. That's what I'm used to. Somebody who's a huge problem all the time. Whereas Rachel is a wonderful breath of solution, cooperation, teammatehood and deference where appropriate. I should have what? Kim's my ex. Yeah. Did Rachel feel left out in the video with you and Spacey and Tori since she isn't in that quadra?
No,
Nope.
I think that's part of it, actually.
How long have we been together? Like a week? A week and a half? I don't know. Very little time. This is an ENFJ. Polar SI. And Polar SI makes things, in a lot of ways, probably a lot easier in a relationship. Because SI does what? It keeps score. It's constantly remembering every slight. It's constantly remembering every fight. It's constantly referencing those past events to justify its conclusions about the people. It is not a hat. This is a natural head of hair with forehead bling.
It's a Deagle. What is my Enneagram?
Your Enneagram is 784. Which same type as me, the messenger. What's your message, Rachel, if you're the messenger? She will soon enough, Jeebus. She will soon enough.
What?
Live in California.
Yeah.
She's SX.
I didn't even know I was an ENFJ until he typed me.
There's no physical subtype of ENFJ. My subtype system is just as wrong as everybody else's.
I'm a tutor in New York.
Her new job is Eric's woman.
Yeah.
I like her a lot. In fact, I love her with my heart and my emotions.
Yeah,
I did lie over the course of the few days before she arrived. I lied a couple of times in live stream. No, that was just being wrong. That wasn't lying, Ken. I said it. Actually, I said on that subtypes page, take this with a grain of salt. I don't really understand any real warrant for it. Does NI tool keep track of pertinent information? Well, yes. She will reference some past examples, and she will also reference she's very takeaway-ish. For example, when I asked her about the supermarket thing, what she remembered was there were rows between there and that. Because that's just like the most architectural component, the most high resolution removed version of the symbol. She didn't remember what was on the rows, just that there were different rows.
Yeah. They were like set up in a kind of unique way too. And you just like go around.
I want to respond to Jeebus's live chat. You are in real love after a week. Well, I'll tell you what I've experienced. So first I was in a state of limerence, as they say, which is I was just absolutely obsessed with Rachel Lepalosa, and I couldn't do anything except like say her name and drive around and think about her all the time before she got here. Once she got here, having consummated the what's the word again? Limerence. Yeah, I have to think the word limerick first, then I remember limerence. Having consummated it, I felt no longer so much in a state of limerence. So it passed pretty quickly, the limerence part, where I was just like, oh. But what's replaced by is something much more powerful than feelings for me. Namely, she's passing all of my tests that I didn't even know they were tests, right? I didn't even really know I had these tests, but she's passing them all. She's incredibly pleasant. She seems to genuinely like me. She seems to genuinely respect me. And she's cooperative. She wants to be a teammate. She tries to avoid being difficult, avoid being a problem. She doesn't complain constantly. And so everything I've encountered about her thus far has simply reinforced the reality that this is my woman. This is a perfect woman for me. Right here. So I just want to remind everybody out there, don't try to get on Rachel Appalosa.
Please.
No, only I am allowed to do that. Right? All right, good. Can I leave you here for a second, Rachel,
Yes.
while I go smoke a cigarette?
Sure.
Thank you, darling.
Someone asked my ascendant sign. What is your ascendant? My ascendant sign is Libra.
This looks good. Try a piece.
What is it?
It's like sponge cake or angel food cake. I like this kind of cake. It's
really good.
Yeah. I'll get us some cups of coffee too, and we'll enjoy our cake.
Kimbo and Rachel.
Kim would kick Rachel's ass. Kim would absolutely fucking wipe the floor with her. Rachel would stand no chance in an MMA fight against Kim. Kim's tough as fuck.
She'd probably run towards me, and I would just step aside, and she'd probably hurt herself.
She has berserker powers.
Oh, thank you, Walter. Before really. I'm 34. And you're right. Does Eric have friends and kids with him? Why is she still up your ass? I'm gonna come back for that one. 34. 34. Yeah, Libra season is like tomorrow. Hey Rachel, who is my dad's mom's daughter's son's cousin's dad in relation to me? 17. 24, really? No, not really. 34. 7's my favorite number. 94. Yes, I am. I have friends and family in New Jersey. Oh, wow. And New York. And Manhattan. Very nice. Actually, I haven't gotten high since, this morning, maybe. For work, so in New York, I was tutoring, but now I'm just with Eric. Work for him.
Your job is to be my woman.
It is. My job is to be Eric's woman. Yeah, Eric is 40. That's an interesting question, Octavio Silva. Did Eric have a birthday in April?
Yeah, my birthday's not for a long time.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking it's interesting that he asked that. Why? Because of the cake? What's your question? I'll answer last. No. Jeebus. Joey Joe Shabadoo. Hi, Eric. Can you give examples of polarity? I'm sure you can. I can't believe I watched that whole Hambo. It just sounds so insulting. Lily's design. What is it? What is what? Handball.
Remember, basically, you're welcome to do whatever you want. So if you feel like taking Hambo's moderator status away, you're welcome to do it.
Oh no, not at all. No, I was talking about the CS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was insulting.
I thought you were saying Hambo was being insulting.
No.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that.
Okay, yeah, sure.
No, it was CS Joseph. I felt was insulting. Yeah, what the fuck? Exactly. When I heard that, I was like, he just shits on INTPs who are introverted, so like they're gonna be angry, but they're not gonna fight back in the same way that CS Joseph does, and it's not right. He has a tie. Who's he's on? I guess I'm not pilot, but what? Hamlin, I found his presentations grading too. I'm fairly familiar. Probably like 10 years ago, I started doing the tests, and then like on and off, I would do them when I was like bored. But Eric knows more than I do. I tutor in English and some math. Yeah. Yeah, with his mom. Sometimes she is amped up. Is that Adderall speaking or something else? I know salesmen and Coke go hand in hand, or they did in my day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does, Andrew. ENFP. More recently, ENTP. Never ESFP. I typed as an ENFJ once, and I was so surprised that I took it again. Jeebus, no, I'm not Jewish. Hambone. What's more insulting is he doesn't think that people know when they're being scammed. Not everyone has anti-polars. Yes, it's true. Yeah, I mean, when Eric said it was $300 he's charging, Jeebus, isn't everyone from New York Jewish? There is a very large Jewish population. Very large. There's also large Italian, which I'm half of, and Irish and German. Probably Alexandra. I think it amped it up too. New Jersey does have a lot of Italian people. I'll tell you, he does charge $300. I'm sure C.S. Joseph is a pretty good man. LAG last. He's probably fine. I just don't think that. I don't know.
Pretty good men can still drop atom bombs. You got to look at the actual damage he's doing. You also got to look at the principles. He's not adhering to any principles, and he's doing actual damage.
Why?
So he's responsible for that, morally.
Joe Shabadu. I am from Franklin Square. It's on Long Island. If I say in, they would be like so upset. But it's
Is it $200? I think it was $275 or something. I know I was exaggerating slightly, but I think
yeah,
it was
but
$280, $275.
yeah.
Look, here's the thing.
Huh.
C.S. Joseph went to do couple counseling that is focused on both parties having orgasms. Who here thinks they need sex lessons from C.S. Joseph?
I'm 5'2". Loose song.
No, Jeebus. I said don't mention that. God.
Don't mention what?
See, Jeebus is like, did Eric tell you about the time that C.S. Joseph and Eric got drunk together and Eric fondled C.S. Joseph's nipples while C.S. Joseph wore Eric's fancy wig? I shared that with you in confidence, Jeebus. In confidence. Okay? As far as Rachel knew, I just got that wig today. She didn't know I secretly had it stashed somewhere the whole time. You just want to poon him in the pooper?
To do it.
Pics or it didn't happen? Okay. So I guess it counts then as long as the dude gets it in and he does not have any dysfunction. I don't know what that means. That's only one person coming. I'm gonna take a black light to my wig. Hey, Joe Shabadoo. We should not poop on C.S. Joseph's sidewalk. We should poop on his doorstep.
Ring and run.
Yeah. I want to ring doorbell, then start pooping. See how fast I can poop. Is Rachel straight? Yeah.
I'm curvy.
I mean, she's not a lesbian, obviously.
Then, yeah. Like
There's absolutely nothing remotely lesbianish about Rachel. ENFJ, ENTJ relationship, possibly quite a good one, actually. It would be like ENTP and oh no, that wouldn't be very good. Oh, we haven't scissored yet. We're planning on scissoring because I've never scissored. I don't think she's ever scissored either. But it's kind of like a naked joke mostly, and there's not really anybody to share that joke with except each other. I don't think ENFJ would work out with ENTJ for the same reason that ENTP wouldn't work out with ENFP. You're going to have a problem because the tool function of, maybe not so bad, actually. They both have the same polar. That's the difference. Yeah, that actually might work out fine. What is scissoring? Okay. When two women meet, and there aren't any men around, the first thing they do, they take off their pants, each of them, and they scissor like this. One of them calls topsies, one of them calls sidesies, and they go like that. Okay?
The first thing.
Yeah, that's how they greet each other. Can I give examples of polar heat? The polar TE looks like this. It looks like Tori trying to do something on her phone and every 2 minutes going, and handing it to Spacey. It looks like Tori, I say, put the lock back through the little hole, Tori. She can't figure out that you got to push the gate closed first to the hole or it won't go through the hole. And she goes, Spacey! And Spacey comes over and helps her with it. That's TAE polar. Gingy, I'm still trying to figure out about INTJ or INTP. You have any videos to help me with that? There's they're not that similar, really. INTPs are TI DOMs. I'll get your question in a second, Catherine. Do some Spacey's very long genealogy problems. If you have no problem keeping up with it and getting the answers as quick as he does, then you're an INTP.
Mm-hmm. He's really good at it.
Yeah. Hello. It's SE spatial awareness. SE is sort of that. It's real-time awareness of the physical environment. Combined, that's its most physical aspects, is real-time awareness of the physical environment. Taking action is another way of looking at it. Specifically, following through to take action on that which has already been decided. Are you hot?
I'll let you know when I am.
All right, we'll turn it off until you are. Joey Jojo Shabadoo, hey, we're not done planning our poop attack. You need to get over here. You, me, and Rachel are going to sit around the table. We've got a diagram of C.S. Joseph's house. We're going to draw poop and some arrows and stuff.
No, I think we should have a box. And it looks like a present. And inside, it's his actual type. There's like a little card. Yes, you did.
Hi, Eric. Are SE Polar likely to be uncoordinated or clumsy? Yes. As is SE8. So I'm clumsy. Spacey's clumsy. Spacey's spacey. He leaves shit all over the place. Like, when he got out of the car the other night to go back to his house after I drove him home, he had left in my car both his wallet and his headphones. How would someone be able to use SE Polar to their advantage? Well, you're not going to be dragged along into a bad course of action by SE momentum. SE Polar types are it's easy for them to avoid making bad decisions. But it's hard for them to avoid making default decisions by failing to decide. Okay. Where is Spacey living? He's living in Chino Hills, which is quite some distance from us. Rachel and I have been doing some commuting out there. It's kind of a pain in the ass. No, Kim called the police on Spacey for no good reason. C.S. Joseph doesn't eat spaghetti. Okay?
What does he eat?
He eats weak-ass INTPs with his social engineering. Why did Kim call the police on Spacey? Basically because Spacey and Tori were exercising their contractual right to be in that house. She was saying things like, you have to stay in your time. And at some point, Spacey was just like, fuck you. And, like the next day or something, when Kim once again tried to be a bitch, as much of a bitch as she possibly could for no particular reason, he said, fuck you again. And she called the police on him. Told him she wanted them out of her house, man. So, that's fine. Whatever. It actually ended up saving me a lot of money. If she had followed through on her agreement like she said she was going to, then I would still be owing her money. And now I don't because she breached contract.
Child rape.
Don't mess with someone's child function. Okay, well, that must be why he's so attached to being an ENTP. Because he has gone like this. Every time somebody's actually tried to explain what extroverted intuition is to him. You can call me Mike has nailed it on the nose. We, Rachel, need to be matchmakers, okay? We need to talk to C.S. Joseph. We need to talk to Kimberly. We need to get them together.
Interesting.
Take C.S. Joseph down like that. She's an expert notch taker downer.
Should I write?
Jeebus. Did I send Rachel dick pics? No, I didn't send her dick pics. But, there was a certain moment where she said, well, I want to see too. And so I said, well, this is what you'll be receiving. And, hopefully it's adequate. And she responded in the affirmative. What about crossword puzzles? I think it's an SI thing. My mom loves crossword puzzles. And regular puzzles, also an SI thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Rachel's not intimidated by Kim at all. No. My penis is a cognitive function.
It definitely is.
Yeah. It's extroverted thrusting. It's your transcendent and descendant function? Wow, Ken. You got all that wrapped into one, huh? Ken, are you an ENFP or an INFJ? Wait, Eric, what's wrong with the utilitarian approach of the end goal? Well, LAG last, because the presumption implicit in your question is that you or some other third party can better know what's best for somebody than they can know for themselves. Rachel's experiencing this at her home with her parents, in fact. They believe they know better for Rachel than she knows for herself regarding smoking pot. They are wrong. They are causing a lot of problems and being difficult and alienating her and making themselves look incredibly stupid. Now, they've got another problem. They've got me as their son-in-law. Okay? I have been cheated on a long time ago. I don't know. Her parents might see this. I plan to talk to them on the phone. It's going to be a simple enough conversation. It's like she's 34 years old, right? She doesn't look 34. She even less looks 34 without her clothes on. She really doesn't look 34 naked. I'll tell you that. She looks like 25 or something.
Me too.
I do not.
No, I'm saying your body.
Oh, my body, yes. Yeah. My body does actually look relatively young.
Younger, yeah.
Well, I'm 14 years older than her. But, I don't know. I'm lucky. I'm in a position where I can get Rachel. The reason I can have Rachel is because I have a lot to offer. And I have a lot to offer that she wants to receive. I'm the kind of person who doesn't want his woman to have to do a bunch of shit, be successful or go get a job, or I just want her to love me and to, want to be a teammate of mine. I love the way, Rachel, that you handle the live stream in my absence there.
Really?
Yeah, it was great. It was fantastic.
Oh, thanks.
Heaps of dudes down here like older women. I don't want an older woman. I only want this particular 34-year-old.
Yeah, someone noticed that you were formal, and he is.
She is. Oh, I am observing this interesting phenomenon. She is a very different ENFJ compared to Megan Loboto.
Our Enneagram is different, though.
Right.
She's a 2.
She's a 7, like me.
Yeah.
We like to play. I respect her. I respect that that Rachel has not internalized narratives that suggest to her that she's not okay wanting to play all the time. She is just fine wanting to play all the time. And she seems to understand that there's nothing wrong with her, that it's okay for her to want to play all the time, and that life's fucked up for not affording her that opportunity. Well, I am the Slav's way of giving Rachel what she wants in life. And if it really does satisfy her, then she's going to be happy with me and grateful to me and happy to be with me, as I will be to her. And we won't act like fucking horrible people to each other. Right?
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Alexander Cruz. I love my outlook on my relationship, too. We should do meth with each other. You're right. You can call me Mike. All right, that sliding puzzle thing. I don't know. I'm not any good at it. It seems like a TE thing. Let's talk about this kid question. Rachel Jeeves asked, "Do you want kids?"
I do.
And what I told her today was, in about 2 years, I will. There's a cruise. We're not going to do meth together. Relax.
We'll send it to you. You
Um,
can try it.
in a couple of years, I'm not unwilling to impregnate her if she still wants to have a kid at that point, and if things continue going as they do. 5 points for Rambo. 5 points for Rambo. I don't need Viagra. You can call me Mike. Jesus.
No, he doesn't.
And especially not. It's like I have never spent so much time feeling horny in my life.
Yes, Joe.
Did you go to college? I went to college. Yeah, I got my degree in American literature. It's very important. I'm an expert as a consequence about something, so I should be able to do something. Yeah, but you can do a little math. It doesn't kill you. I mean, look, I don't want to do meth with Rachel, but if some meth were to happen to land on our lap, why not? Viagra will balance out the meth effect. Because that's the thing. Speed does have some of that effect, right? It's like you don't keep a boner as well when you do a lot of speed. You might be more horny, but not as capable.
It's a good question. Introverted thinker. Hey, expert. Is America?
Yeah, it's worth reading.
Yeah, it definitely is.
There's plenty of good American literature. I don't need to go to college to learn that, though. I don't need anybody's help to read a book. All right?
I had to take some difficult.
I called my Shrimp Connect, actually. I texted him. I'll get him tomorrow or Tuesday. Do you want to do mushrooms with me, Rachel?
I've never done them before.
Oh, well, you probably like it.
Cool.
We'll do mushrooms together on hopefully Tuesday, because Wednesday I got to take my dad to the airport. And it's going to be a more busy day.
Okay.
We can take mushrooms and go to the baseball game.
Oh my God.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Take it eat them like we're almost at the baseball game. And then by the time we're done with the game, I'll be able to drive home fine. Unless I'm tripping super balls, I can still drive. I'd have to really be tripping hard to not be able to drive on mushrooms. Was Edgar Allan Poe a significant portion of American literature? I mean, I don't remember reading him in college. I'd say he's pretty good. My Mushroom Connect is a Mushroom Connect. I don't even know if he has any ecstasy. Put some respect. Well, I mean, it is very possible to do meth without losing everything and going crazy, that kind of shit. But it's harder to do it responsibly than Adderall. It's crazy. Look, when you get actual real ecstasy, that's actually a strong real ecstasy, it's like no other drug I'd ever experienced before. It was like people said, everyone is an angel when you're on strong ecstasy. It's true. We were camping. This forest ranger came up to complain about the fact that we had too many cars in the parking spots allotted for that campsite. And I went up to him and was like, "Oh my God, you have the best job. You are such a cool forest ranger." All that shit, I don't believe in doing ecstasy at all. I only did it that one strong time. After that, the next day, I had these twitches, and I didn't like that. That concerned me, and so I stopped doing it. I never did it again. But did I like it? Yeah, I liked it. But I was with my first wife, and I remember even through the ecstasy, my dislike of her cut through. You can call me Mike. Says on ecstasy, you think everyone's the shit. On meth, you think you're the shit. On meth, you are the shit. You don't just think it. I wrote a whole novel on that shit back in the 90s or early 2000s, actually. Eric, what do you mean when you say INFJs care about people's perceptions? Well, let me reference an ENFJ thing as an example. Rachel, Tori was talking some shit or whatever, because Tori's a feisty ISFJ. Let me tell you, she's feisty, and also very ISFJ. And I will also say that I currently have low threshold for ISFJ bullshit, right? Like extremely low threshold for it. But anyway, I don't really ever call her or anything. But she sometimes wants to like needle at me and shit. And she was doing that last time. I don't know. She said some sort of talking shit about me at the karaoke place. And I saw Rachel sort of involuntarily scowl at her.
Yeah.
And it made me very happy. Now that's a teammate, right? She like jumps to be on my side. I appreciate that, Rachel.
I'm so glad you do. It was automatic.
I am not always right, but I want my woman to be more willing to make the mistake that she assumes I'm right and I'm wrong, actually, than be willing to make the other mistake, which is assume I'm wrong and I'm actually trying to be right. It's like if you need to afford your partner the benefit of the doubt and then deal with the reality that you think we too many chiefs? Yeah, okay. We should all get demoted. I agree. We don't really need moderators.
What?
Yeah, fine. How did the meth come down feel? Was it like Adderall? It's the same thing. It doesn't feel like anything really.
The Wild West again.
Look, there's not really a meth come down. What happens is you're all thwacked out, and then eventually you get tired and have to fall asleep. That's what it is. There's not meth come down, you know. Who is Spacey and where are these problems I'm supposed to watch and see if I can keep up with? Spacey is my helper guy, my friend, my partner, my typology partner. And I don't know the problems you're supposed to watch. Chief Hambone has a nice ring to it. So, how did you know if you're in love? How do I know if I'm in love? Well, first of all, I don't think it's a very relevant question. So it's like every time I am I'm all in or all out. Okay, every time I'm all in, I always say all the things of a healthy relationship. I love you. I'm in love with you. Manity, yeah. And a bunch of other things. I think you're beautiful and all this sort of positive shit, right? So see, look what Tori's doing. Do you see that? Mm-hmm. You see, it's exactly what I was just talking about, Tori. It's exactly what I was just talking about. What was I saying? I don't even remember.
Faulkner, everything has happened before. He said the past is not dead. In fact, it's not even past.
I ask every person in a relationship how they know. That's what I was answering. I know it's intrusive, but it's so confusing to me. I felt powerful emotions of love when I was in a state of limerence, which were very disabling. It wasn't, I mean, it was cool. It was exciting. It was something I'd not experienced before. It was also very disabling because I couldn't do anything or think of anything except Rachel Avalosa. So that's not obviously love. I hadn't even touched her when I felt that, right? So, but what is love is something much more significant, which is commitment plus compatibility. Commitment plus compatibility equals love. And the other thing I'd say about it is love is a behavior. If you behave lovingly towards the other person, then you're what the hell's going on out there?
Huh. ENTPs. Of course he would have a girlfriend or a boyfriend.
I don't know what that was. Yeah, I was drained. I was in an ongoing battle. It's like the thing about borderline personality disorder, it's not their fault, but they really do a number on the people that they're close to. And I was extremely lucky because I had shit tons of defenses that most people don't have. You know, it's like I was not so prone to internalizing her ontological assaults on a regular basis because I'd come onto the live stream and I'd vent and people would talk to me about it, and then then I'd get in trouble later for borderline personality disorder. Kimberly may or may not have it. I don't know. Technically, to have BPD. Oh, Hamburg, you're on a roll tonight. All right, Spacey. Fine, Spacey. My birthday is every day, Luis Dizon. I don't have to smoke outside. I choose to smoke outside, and I choose to smoke weed inside because weed doesn't make the room stink like cigarette smoke. It doesn't make all my clothes stink like cigarette smoke. It doesn't pile up cigarette butts on my desk. It doesn't get into my keyboard. William Faulkner was a badass. He drove 2 hours from my hometown in Mississippi and wrote a novel covertly revealing everyone around him for their insistent gossip in his novels. What's the rarest type amongst people you've typed? ESFP. I'm sorry, ESFJ.
Yeah.
ESFJ. I've never typed ESFJs. They never come in to get typed. Well, I have a big clay pot that I just toss all my cigarette butts into. Then I periodically dump it into the trash can. It's not like ESFJs are actually the rarest type in the world. It's just that they don't seek out typing services. So how do you know if you're in love, Rachel? Or whatever that question was that they were asking before.
I couldn't eat. I napped throughout the day because
That's when you were in a state of limerence.
Yeah.
What do you think though? They're asking, when you're in a relationship, what makes you know like this is different than other ones? I don't just think this is gonna. I don't think this is gonna be temporary. It's gonna be longer than that. We're more well fit or something. What makes you think that?
Like you're saying, the compatibility.
I mean, most people you go out with, they annoy you in some ways or another. So, how do you know when you're in love? Well, the other person probably doesn't annoy you much at all.
Yeah.
You haven't annoyed me at all. I probably have annoyed you a little bit at some points. No?
No.
See, I mean, I assume I'm annoying. Why? Because Kimberly spent 2 years telling me I was annoying.
I did get worried. I was kind of like, where is he? I should ask, like, what time, like, around, so I have a better idea.
Oh, you mean when I came back a little bit later?
Yeah.
You know what happened is I got there at 6:40. I was about 10 minutes late. And she said, oh, you didn't get my message? I asked if we could push it back to 7 or 9:30. So she did push it back to 7. And I said, that's fine. I'll go to Winchell's. I'll get this cup of coffee. Where is my coffee? Anyway, I brought it back from Winchell's. And I will get a cup of coffee there, and I'll be right back. And then, so we started at 7 and went 7 to 9:30 instead of 6:30. That's why I was late. I told them about you a little bit. I was like, so here's what happened Friday. Mostly I told them, not because I wanted to explain Friday, but because I wanted to tell them about my new girlfriend. some Rachel's. Did you show them the toy I brought you, Rachel?
You got my toy.
Mm-hmm. It's a duck.
Yeah, ducky.
It's perfect for playing Duck, Duck, Goose with.
It is. Spacey. Hey guys, my phone is probably gonna die. Oh. Do you not have your charger, Spacey? I know. I've been there, Spacey. I don't trust anything that relies on self-reporting. Yeah. I took the Big 5 test, and actually, like, after I was done with it, I was kind of like, fuck. Because, like, Peterson always says, like, you, like, can't get anything done if you're not, like, conscientious. So I think I think my conscientiousness was, like, really low, and my agreeableness was only 60%. And, like, those two things definitely stood out in my mind. So they can be accurate. It's like, I don't know, I guess maybe the more information we have and we gather, with that information, you should tweak your tests to the questions. Like I had a lot of the, like, 16% don't ask cognitive questions. So that's why it can be thanks, Spacey. Actually, it's really not. My agreeableness is really 60%. So, like, I'll agree, but if I really don't agree with something, like, I just don't say anything. Rachel, does Eric talk in his sleep, or does he snore? He is a cutie patootie when is he a cutie patootie when he's, yes, he is a cutie patootie when he's snuggled up, and he snores. There's probably a disparity with the number of types in worlds. Yeah, there probably are. At least some types are simply more interested in, yes, exactly. Right. So apparently INFJs are the most rare type, but, like, if they're not interested in, like, taking tests and stuff, they're not going to do it. Like, my Apple Spencer, sorry, kiddo, but if I figure out time travel, you'd be hearing from me.
Well, Alexander Cruz, that's because you're incredibly disagreeable. Okay? I've said that so many times. Why is Alexander Cruz always disagreeing with me? So interesting, Isaiah Rude. That would suggest that maybe smoking weed causes you to attend a little bit more via FE than you otherwise would. But, of course, that will only happen if you only smoke weed occasionally anyway.
I'm a daily smoker.
I just heard some troubling news, Rachel.
What?
That you hadn't smoked any weed since this morning.
Yeah.
Well, you better pull long ribs then. We don't want your THC level to get too low. Yeah, most of the time when I say something like that, it's almost always a joke, Rachel. When I go like, we got to talk about something serious, it's always never serious. Big Five doesn't truly offer an archetype. It's just a diagnosis. It's not even a diagnosis. It's an attempt to represent an assessment of behavioral tendencies as attributes, which they aren't. Nobody has attributes like that. We have behavioral tendencies, maybe. We can try to collapse it down into this half-assed approximation. Hey, Hambone, listen. Soft Shoe Dude has your Big Five results. He knows everything about you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you tell between INFPs and ISFJs? People always that's a tough one. Actually, it's a tough one. Except the ISFJs just aren't as intuitive. They just don't. They just don't do the NE shit.
They're more precise.
Yeah. Once Rachel gets high, well, let me pack her with a bowl then. Eric can concentrate. Mm-hmm. All right, I'll try that, but I'm going to do a harder one though. Winston's mom. I'm going to think of a specific card out of a 52 card deck, and she can try to think if she can psychically read it from my mind after she pulls this bone rip. Okay.
Winston's mom, you said diamond twice, but that's okay.
Most common mistypes are INFP and INFJ. They mistype for each other. All right, let's do the test. Mom's test. We'll do a four cards. Okay, we'll do one at a time. Okay, I'm thinking of a card for a 52 card deck. I'm visualizing it. Read my mind, Rachel.
7 of diamonds.
It was a 9 of diamonds. That's pretty close.
Ah.
All right, try number 2. Ready?
2 of clubs.
Jack of spades. All right, try number 3.
5 of spades.
10 of clubs. I don't think so, Winston's mom. Doesn't seem to be working. Yeah. Concentrate, Rachel. Concentrate. Hey, Countess.
I'm the Jack of Diamonds. My birth card is actually the Jack of Diamonds.
I like Spacey's way of framing it. Big Five offers your asshole to the penis of the APA.
Yep. The penis. He looks like the penis of the APA.
Who does?
Peterson.
Jordan Peterson? Yeah. Jordan Peterson, by the way, is an ENTJ for whoever asked that.
Cool.
You can get the notification. Maybe she had another palm rib would work better. I don't think so. What's your numerology number, Rachel?
4. So is Eric's.
I don't think so.
Really? What's your life path?
It was one of those like 23 or 21 or 31, something like that. Let's see. How do you figure out your number again? I did all this one time. I know, but I did all the work on this one time. In fact, I even had a numerology folder in my bookmarks, but I don't know anymore.
So what is it?
What's my numerology numbers?
Mine is 4. I know that.
Okay. All right, so to the root number. So 4042771. How do you reduce? All right, so 1971 is 1718. Right? That one would be 9. Okay, so 9 plus 27. 9 is 18 plus 04 is 22.
Cool.
Is that my number? 22?
I don't know.
I think so. But, oh wait, no, then 2 and 2 would be 4 then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you were right, it's 4. Is that what you're saying? That's right.
That's what I did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, because you do not reduce it as 22. I got 22.
Cool.
This is not
Match
reduced. Suggests a high degree for learning achievement or success, but likely in a more stressful or high pressure environment. Your destiny number is your full name.
Yeah, I guess.
Eric Strauss. 5 plus 9 is 14. 23. 26. That's an 8. My first name is 8. My middle name is 13. 4. My middle name is 8-4. My last name is 3, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 9. 8, 4, 9. Eight, 4, 9 is 12, 21, which is 3. Yeah, this is number 3 for my destiny. But all right, this for my master number 22, often referred to as the master builder, expands on the vibrations of number 4. Master number 22 is inspired to create platforms in the physical realm that transcend immediate realities by fusing the tangible and intangible. Master number 22 cultivates a dynamic long-term legacy. Master number 22 skills are usually a byproduct of early childhood instability that fuels innovative thought. Industrious, creative, and dependable, Master number 22 is always on a mission to transform. Well, that's my number. And my other number for the destiny one is 3. But I don't know where you read the destiny ones. Do you know what the destiny numbers are?
For me?
I mean, do you know like what that means to have a destiny number of 3?
The creative, I like to party. There's company.
I do like to party. I am creative.
It's like a business number too.
Those endowed with the energy of destiny number 3 are blessed with a bright mind and radiant smile. They're creative, intelligent, and radiate joy. Unlike the driven number 1 and the passion number 2, people with the 3 energy are balanced, expressive, and self-assured. Well, despite the fact that it requires me to forsake modesty, I think that's pretty accurate. The 22 and the 3. Oh, it was just a site. I'll link it. Yeah, I'll link it. My bad. I always forget to do that. But this one here was this. But let me meow this meow. Okay, so I'll meow this meow, but I'll find the other one. Thanks, Hambone.
He is very talented.
Thanks, Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Max? Can you sing that little improv song you sang in the video that goes something like, the purpose of the art is for the human soul to the genius of music? I don't have any idea what you're talking about. My SI is very bad. I don't remember little improvisational songs usually.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally I'll remember them. So there's that thing. And then the other thing I did was I put, what's my numerology number? And I just clicked this one, which was actually a paid advertisement, I think, not even a search result. And I'll put this here. Yeah, Diddy. Yeah. Where is King Krishna Sarma Pagu? Huh. Oh no, I'm curious about it, Max G94. Thank you for mentioning it. I'll try to find it. It may be in one of those videos that I made private because there were a couple of them I made private because I was trying to be accommodating to Kimberly. Let's see. I need my King Krishna Sarma Pagu fix. Last no, but he's not. He's not. Last no, he's not, but okay. Last no, he's not, but okay. That should have been read. I'll find it. ISTJ mode activated. Well, here's the thing, Max. If it is one of the ones I made private, you won't be able to find it because it's been made private. So, what I can do though is give you a hand job. Would that help? Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's do this filter here. Yeah. Visibility. Private. Apply. Okay, so it could be in one of these two, maybe. I'll change the visibility on these two to unlisted. I'll get you the links here. All right, so it might be one of these three, so I'm going to put them in the links here. Yeah. Could be in this one, possibly.
Hello, friends, and welcome to...
I'll put the link here.
Hi, friends. My name is Derek.
Or it could be in this one.
I'm going to do something that's basically vlogging, kind of organized vlogging.
I'll put them over here.
Hi, friends. It's Derek here to talk about famous people. And what I'm doing right now in this video is making myself comfortable. What do I mean? I have a reality that I've lived with for a long time and not really recognized it for what it is. I have...
Could be this one as well. There's three of them that are on private and now are on unlisted. Okay. So you'll be able to access them if you use those links there, but you won't be able to find them again if you don't keep those links. I'm about ready to take everyone's wrenches away. Okay. Nobody needs any wrenches around here anyway. I think I should do that. I don't know what made me inspired to have wrenches anyway. Wrenches are dumb. Winston's mom, you can be our only wrench. How about that? I don't think anybody would object to Winston's mom being our only wrench.
Seriously.
That seems like a good choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Winston's mom, congratulations.
Yeah.
You are now our only moderator. Does anybody object to Winston's mom being our only moderator? I'm pretty sure nobody will object to that for some reason. It's like if there's anybody, everyone will be like, I just was randomly saying, oh, I like this person. I'm like, as long as I'm making moderators, I might as well. If I made that person one, why wouldn't I make Alexandra Cruz one? I should make her one too, to be fair. It's like that kind of shit, you know? That's the problem with making any moderators at all. One moderator is fine. Winston's mom is fine. Winston's mom says all kinds of things that are very confusing. So she's a good moderator.
Yeah. Good. Winston's mom arranged and she may teach them to fish or FIL.
I never had any moderators before. Any at all. I don't. Who needs them? Who like? But okay. Look, the thing is, let's say I were to have moderators. What would I actually want them to do? Would I want them like banning people without consulting me? Not really. Although maybe it'd be the right decision or something. Winston's mom, I'm confident, will make whatever decision she makes. I'll be fine with it. I'm not worried about it. She's just one moderator, and it's Winston's mom. The end. Okay, well, Winston's mom can kick him out. Yeah, okay, fine. If I have 300 people watching the live stream, then I'll probably need some moderators. It was an interesting experience to read my name in blue. Well, I hope you enjoyed it while it lasted. You need a wrench to time out Hamtard. Jeebus, the thought that I would give you a wrench is delusional. I like you a lot, and I would never make you a moderator. I mean, people do come in and try to spam in here, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
But we have Winston's mom.
You can call me Mike. Hey, shouting is not called for. You're 94% in openness.
That's great. I was about that too. Well, I don't know actually. I think
I'm
70s.
I'm quite high in openness as well. Well, that's fine. I don't need her to kick anyone out. She just gets to be blue because she's Winston's mom. Okay? She's oldish, as she says. We don't have that long left, she and I. So just cut us some slack, you youngsters. Let Winston's mom enjoy her golden years as a moderator. Does openness mean you're a raging slut? I don't think so. Openness means, you're down to hear things that challenge your existing perspective. With a kid for all we know. I believe Winston's mom is what she says she is. It's true. You're right. We have no independent verification of that, but
whatever, she still died.
I mean, that would be quite an impressive, run of.
Was my husband. I love it.
Run of lie.
Used to pee. As his human on our 34th anniversary, the amethyst anniversary. So Winston.
Susie's an owner, actually.
Stone
she can do what she wants.
Ring, and Winston loved his human skin dad.
Okay, all right. See, I have learned a lesson here today. Making people moderators only causes conflicts. If SE is completing things, and a video game quests involve completing multiple tasks in order until the quest is complete, and INTPs and INFPs love video games, why is their SE not developed? Because that's not completing things. That's symbolically completing things, or completing symbols of things. NTPs can complete symbolic processes. They do it all the time. It's just that extroverted intuitors, ENTPs, actually write it down or make a video because we can't keep it in our head because we got some shitty ass stuff. INTPs, they still complete things. They just don't extrovert them ever. Complete them in their head. And they go, wow, now I figured all that out. I don't have to write it down. So I'm lucky in the regard that I can't keep that shit in my head. So I have to write it all down. So I have to make something, which makes me feel good because I got something made that I can show to other people and then go, ooh, you're so smart. Yeah, I'm so smart. Do nice guys really finish last? No.
Right?
Passive and cowardly people finish last. I'm nice. That doesn't mean I don't know how to be a man or something. I'm both nice and perfectly capable of getting what I want, obviously.
Yeah.
See? Mm-hmm.
NTP.
You are not stealing Rachel Apollosa from me, Alexandra Cruz. If you want to come over and scissor, fine.
Why?
You can do that. But I'm filming it. What's my type, dude? ISFP. I have no idea. Rachel, do you sew? Do you sew?
I try. Poorly.
Are you prepared to be first lady, Rachel?
Yes.
Cool. You're getting a heart tattoo with Rachel's name. That's fine, but it has to be a different Rachel.
A different Rachel?
I don't hate you, Eileen. I do not hate you because of your type. I like INTJs fine.
Yeah.
I like INTJs and INTPs. Out of givers and takers, givers make up both extremes of success scale. Nice guys. Huh. I am more of a giver than a taker, for sure. But I'm not going to get taken advantage of by anybody. I mean, by my metrics. Some people would say I am or whatever, but whatever. It's just because they're dumb. If you want to come over and scissor, then fine, but I'm filming it. Yes, correct. Thank you, IAG last. No, listen, Alexander Cruz, now more than ever, you need to come over here and scissor with Rachel, and I'll help you two girls figure out how to scissor gently, okay? Eric, when will you officially run for president? After my mother dies, basically. It's probably about a year, is what I'm guessing, based on the rate of decline and such. Yeah, I went to Arcadia High. I graduated in 1989. I'm in Arcadia right now. I'm at my parents' house in Arcadia. If somebody gave you and Rachel $500 to spend on a day, how would you spend your found money? I'd say, Rachel, here's $500. What do you want to do with it?
I probably want to go somewhere.
How old is my mom? 83. We just had her birthday. Rachel got to participate in her birthday party tonight. We had cake. We sang Happy Birthday.
Happy birthday. Yeah.
What would be your first lady project, Rachel?
Lady project?
I don't describe myself as a taker.
He watches it for himself.
Zila's Pizza on Foothill, huh? Well, check it out. You know, I lived in Arcadia my whole life, but I've been away from it I haven't lived at home for about 23, 24 years prior to moving back in here. But I love being here. I love the fact that Rachel gets to come here and get to know me while concurrently getting to know my family. And it's a good gauntlet for a prospective partner. Rachel understands that to be with me is to be a Strauss, and to be a Strauss is to be a partner in the caregiving and other things as well. She's willing to help, and I appreciate that. She understands that it means getting along well with my dad, trying to make him happy by like talking with him and stuff. My dad really likes talking to Rachel. Why? She's an ENFJ who knows how to give Effie feedback to look interested and enthusiastic and stuff. That's why. I'm sure she finds his stories boring too, but she doesn't reveal that. I can barely keep it off of my face, right? Rachel, would you be a good housewife?
Yeah.
What do you think comprises a good housewife? Eileen and Rachel. I'm curious. Oh yeah, we've seen peacocks.
Yeah.
We're in the peacock part. We're in the village, Catherine Liu. Let's answer the housewife question first. What What do you think comprises a good housewife, Eileen? Since you asked the question. And then let's see if Rachel agrees with you.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's like,
Like what Hambone says.
what am I say?
He says, bend over on command.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
House cleaning, yeah.
do you clean?
Blowjobs,
Do you clean, Rachel?
yeah.
Oh, well then we're covered.
Yeah.
I don't even really need you to clean.
Laundry.
Okay, guys, will you stop talking like that? It's ridiculous. Look, the thing is, I don't need her to clean. I can clean. It's not that hard to clean up. I'm sure when we're living with Spacey and Tori, we're gonna need to help her. She's gonna need to help clean stuff. But basically, what I need Rachel to do and be for me is to be my person who goes everywhere with me, does everything with me, loves me, sucks my dick, talks to me, listens to me. I listen to her. I mean, I talk a lot about what I want to get out of it. I am very attentive to making sure that Rachel gets what she wants out of it as well. And I try to talk to her about what exactly she does want and how I can make her happy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that is, I'm realizing as we're getting to know each other a little better, is residue. It's like I'm trying to stop problems that aren't real problems that could even happen. Like the previous example where I'm trying to prevent her feeling imposed upon by me asking her if she can stay inside with my dad and help with mom a bit. That's not something she's ever given me any indication she feels like imposed when I ask her to do simple things like that. She can see I'm hard at work too, She has no problem helping out a little bit.
It was nice, actually.
And I didn't have any reason to be all hubbity because she might get mad because she's a teammate. She's not looking to get mad. Do you think, Rachel, that I look for reasons to get mad at you?
No.
Do you think that you look for reasons to get mad at me?
Mm-mm.
Don't you think we mostly just tell each other the positive narratives that are most accurate, namely that we sure do seem to be getting along well, and I sure do love you, and I think this is going to work.
Me too.
What do you want in a man, Rachel?
Do I really have to make a list?
I know, Catherine. She really is. She's adorable. Well, just say a couple of things you think you want in a man.
I love ENTPs. I really do.
She wants a host Eric.
Mm-hmm.
So she went out and got one. I wouldn't be surprised if this probably isn't the case, but it wouldn't shock me if once she discovered that Kim and I had broke up, that she then broke up with her ISFJ specifically to come get me. It wouldn't shock me if that happened. The thing is, ENFJs are interface types. They don't really have schemes that they execute like, I've got a plan. They just go, well, if I can get that person to spend enough time with me, I'll win them over. Women can't cheat on you with other women. It's not even possible. How does Rachel feel about my unquenchable thirst for shoving nouns in my ass? I think I've successfully kept that a secret from her thus far. Have you ever seen me shove any nouns up my ass yet?
I don't know how I feel about it.
Are INFJ schemers then? It can be, I guess. My daughter was gay and slumber parties were a challenge to a mom. Look, you can't, lesbians, look, you gotta understand something. Chicks in general, if you put two chicks together, they'll start putting their hands on each other. They'll hold hands. They're like, look at my boob. See this mark on it? Judy, you see that? And Judy go like, oh, look at that. And they'll touch each other and, you know, hey, can you help me spread my vagina lips apart? I'm trying to get something out of there. That's just like natural, common, everyday experience for two straight women. So the leap to lesbianism is very small distance. It's a very, very small distance. They're already helping each other with each other's vaginas all the time. Look, what every woman knows is that she cannot get sand out of her own vagina without the help of a friend. And that's why women are so tight. That's why they go to the bathroom together. That's why they meow. Anyway, the point is, that's why chicks can't cheat on you with other chicks. Because there's not any clear line. I know lots of chicks sleep in the same bed together and supposedly don't les out, right? They don't les out, they just cuddle and stroke each other's breasts and stuff. That's fine.
I haven't done that.
This is my reality. In my reality, this is how it goes down, okay? In my head. Don't try to dispel my illusions of things. When men help each other get something out of their ass with their penis, they have to leave their socks on and say no homo. I didn't know no homo was that powerful. Wow. That's a powerful incantation. Yes, straight girls. Look, by the time a girl is 14 years old, she's had most of her arm up all of her friends' vaginas. They're always reaching up there to grab things. They're always losing things up there, you see.
Oh my God, I didn't?
Rachel, you're ruining my story. That's not a double standard. That's reality. I'm not threatened by a chick, obviously. I mean, chicks, like, if Freddie Chandler came over and started hitting on Rachel, I'd be like, come on, Freddie. All right, fine. Here, let me get the camera. You guys go at it. Go ahead. I wouldn't hump Freddie Chandler. I wouldn't hump her myself. I wouldn't object to Rachel humping her.
Hi, Shreddy.
That looks like Shreddy's not opposed to it either. Shreddy's making the moves. All right. Yeah.
Thanks. P. Lang or Ellen, but Jodie Foster would be my side lover. I always had a girl crush on Kerry Russell. Like, I love her.
If I were a lesbian, I'd go out with Rachel.
Thanks. Oh my gosh. Winston's mom. Purely just because of Felicity. I've always tried to type Kerry Russell in Felicity. I like go back and forth. Yeah, a bit. I don't even know. Now I see the INFP actually, Isaiah. Rude. ENFJ. I always thought that Noel was an ENFJ. On page ENTP. Aw. I love Father of the Bride too, Winston's mom, Steve Martin. I would still like to have a weekend with Steve Martin. Yeah. Proteus. Rachel, is your middle name Emma? No. My middle name is Christine, but I actually have a second cousin who is named Emma. I like pretty much everything she changed. Bye, Walter.
Bye, Walter. Nice seeing you. What did Walter make you cry for?
Me?
No, it's Freddie Chandler. Oh, because he's leaving, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you cry very easily. I also feel by Walter, but I'm not crying about it, really. You drop the FE. He's already gone, Freddie. Jeez. The socionics have no truth to it? No, that's not the case. It's just sloppily done. So what I mean by that is they don't adequately distinguish between process critiques and correlates. And they don't have the framework down, which is to say, I've lost my train of thought. Hold on, let me go back. Oh yeah. So it's like, first of all, they're not understanding that you're talking about two different fields of attention, metaphysical and physical. Without that baseline distinction, you're gonna get it wrong. Period. But I mean, all socionics models are sloppily done because they don't account for that very basic fundamental distinction that needs to be made. There are two different attentional fields. Socionics acts as though there's one. So yeah, it's broken. Tori wants to have a slumber party. What, we're gonna have it at your house or here? This is a very small room. It's like we definitely don't want you two sleeping in here. There's nothing wrong with duality. I'm not saying duality is a wrong notion. I stressed that I suspect if you want to have like your best sort of like soulmate-y life experience, stay with one person from the beginning of your life to the end, then you probably have to get with your dual as a teenager.
Oh yeah, you've told me that before.
Because
I can see that.
Especially if there's SI in the mix. Now, interestingly, Rachel dated an ISTP, a couple guys before me.
Yeah, I did.
And that didn't last. What happened with that? What didn't you like about the ISTP? Was it some quality of the ISTP? You're not an INTJ, Alexander Cruz, are you? What did I just ask? Who would I ask what? Oh, I know what I was saying. Yeah, SI in the mix, right. With SI, you become so much a function of your experience that too much particularism, too much particular ontological buildup before meeting that person causes one or both of the parties to be unfit for that duality relationship. I also think duality requires the parties to be in a similar state of development. Like, you have to have two duals who are on the same actualization page. Well, INTP, that makes some sense for you, Alexander Cruz. I don't think INTJ makes much sense for you. Right. Why didn't you like the ISTP? That's what I asked.
I guess he was secretive, and I didn't like that. Do I feel supervised by Tori? Sometimes, and then sometimes not. Sometimes it goes over my head.
I've observed her supervising Rachel, but when we went to Denny's that first night, Rachel was a little out of it.
Mm-hmm.
She had bonged up pretty good, and and Tori was playing
yeah.
ISFJ I roll a little bit and trying to like, share things with Spacey that I wasn't going to immediately intuit everything, which of course I was and did. But that was fun. We had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel was going like and I'm like, this is not standard operating for Rachel. This is,
Just got off a plane.
Just got off plane, long day of travel, a lot of long rips.
Yeah.
A little bit squirrely. Supervisee relationships will not work. But benefactor-benefactee relationships are different. Or beneficiary, sorry, not benefactee. Benefactor-beneficiary is different. Because for one thing, we're talking about where benefactor-beneficiary conflicts is usually, I guess, 1-6. Like my dad, he's always TEing me. His TE from the first slot interferes with my 6 slot TE, and I also countervalue it. So it's annoying. But that's not the case here because my dominant NE doesn't really run. It might run. That might be the same conflict. This is what I told you about before when I said what are possible areas of conflict is a 1-6. Supposedly, I'll start annoying her because I'm an PhDs and ENFJ. Supposedly, ENFJs and ENTJs get annoyed by ENTPs. Your boyfriend is your benefactor? Then if you're into normal gender roles, that's going to be fine. If you want to be kind of deferential or taken care of or stuff like that, then you're with the right person. As long as the benefactor and beneficiary stay in their respective roles, in other words, as long as I'm not saying, come on, Rachel, support us. Go work, make money. Support us. You do my job for me. As long as I'm not doing that, then we're not going to have any problems. She's comfortable being the beneficiary. I'm comfortable being the benefactor. Interestingly enough, even though ISFJs are INFP's beneficiary type, I actually think that ISFJs contribute more to me than I do for them. Well, I mean, that's the thing. The benefactor, the beneficiary is making it worth it for the benefactor, right? Like Rachel, one of the things I like about Rachel is she seems very clear on what she wants. There's no wishy-washiness from her. When I say, do you want to be my woman? She enthusiastically says yes.
Mm-hmm.
When am I going to quit smoking? What makes you think I'm going to quit smoking? Why would you ask me about a timetable or something that you haven't even established? You need to establish that I'm going to quit smoking first before you can ask when I'm going to quit smoking. This lady that dated him talked about it. This lady that dated who?
Mm-hmm.
Have I heard from Taylor lately? Not super lately. I talked to him a couple weeks ago. Do you think INTP, INFJ could work? Yeah, maybe. The thing is, INFJ really does countervalue FI, probably even more than ISFJ does. So there's your problem. I don't think the INFJ is going to have a lot of respect for the INFP. C.S. Joseph said what? Oh, let me go up and see what you're saying about old Chase. Is that his name? Chase? Chance? Chase? Eric, this is so not fair. What's not fair?
Yeah, what?
What did I do that wasn't fair? I saw somewhere C.S. Joseph was raised in a cult. Interesting. Well, IDK, man, for the last week, I've been a lot more forthcoming in Space and Eric about my immediate thoughts and stuff. Very strange. Yeah, Tori, well, that's good. That's good. By speaking your thoughts, you get to experience the joy of being told that you're wrong. And that will help you a lot because then you'll learn to be less wrong. Just listen to old Uncle Eric, okay? I may be Spacey's daddy and I may be Rachel's daddy, but I am just Uncle Eric, Tori. Okay? You only can have one daddy, and that's Spacey.
Mm-hmm.
The test of shit. Summoning demons, huh? Summoning demons to do what? To know about cognitive functions? That's how Carl Jung did it? Oh my God. I wonder why he still got it wrong then. It didn't seem like the demons fulfilled their end of the bargain. I know I'm being silly, says Tori Brown. You're not being silly, Tori. You're fine. You're not silly. You're unsilly. You're normal. There's nothing wrong with you, Tori. There's nothing wrong with you.
Yeah. Tori's great.
If you listen to him, he actually seems like he's trying to start his own cult. Yeah, he is trying to start his own cult. He's not just trying, he successfully started his own cult.
I guess the S.
You know, I think, this is what I think. You can tell somebody's kind of culty when their significant other, none of the people in his life ever appear on the YouTube channel, right? Where are the people in his life? Who is he? Who does he know? Who's his girlfriend? You know? Everybody in my life appears on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You're going to be seeing Rachel all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And when shit happens to me, you know all of the things that happen to me. I just talk about it all. Yeah, Patreon shit. I'm seriously going to end Patreon. I think it's fucking wrong. It's like fucking wicked or something. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Mike Hart, was that because INFJ's counter value FI, they're going to be like, you're talking about what's important to you again, you selfish bitch. Jordan Peterson talks a lot about his family, and on Facebook he's constantly posting stuff about his wife and daughter. Well, because he loves them, and he wants to be seen with them, and he wants to include them in things. He's not C.S. Joseph. Rachel, ask Eric to answer Isaiah Rude's not rude at all question. Give a demonstration of being an NI Dom. All right, I will.
Oh my gosh, just like basically nothing left. It's a good idea. I'll age you last.
An NI Dom foremost knows. They're knowers. So an example would be like, it's too broad of a question. I can't answer that question. I had way more electricity with the ISTJ, but I could talk all day every day with the INFJ. Brian Goss, what type are you? I think I'm ENFP. The best relationships I ever had were ISTJ. That's your dual. You should be with ISTJ and INFJ. According to sociology, you should be with ISTJ. INFJ will work well with a number of different people because they've got very cool, misty style FE. But the other thing to remember is with the interface types, you need to give them a chance to adapt too. Because, like, Rachel's always paying attention to FE considerations very closely. I can see her already adapting some of her behaviors without me saying anything. Why? Because she's an NI tool using ENFJ. And it's nice the fact, I'm sure she feels somewhat satisfied to know that I'm aware of these things, that I'm paying attention. And
it is nice to know. I don't even notice.
well, it's just part of your process. It's like it's easier to observe other people's processes than your own. C.S. Joseph said he typed his kid as INFJ. Does C.S. Joseph have a kid? I mean, it's like, where's his kid then? Why doesn't he show up? My kid showed up on YouTube channel as much as I could convince her to come on to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has 2 kids. He doesn't have kids, so nobody fucking knows.
No,
Because
I think he does, actually.
Oh, he does. All right, so Eileen agrees that he has a son. He talks about him. So where is he? On the YouTube channel. ENFP on Adderall plus INFJ on... No, it needs to be the other way around. All right? ENFP on tranquilizers, INFJ on Adderall. How you definitely cannot NI about something. This tomato is interesting.
He doesn't have kids. It's a lie.
Mike Hart, if you're never wrong, you're not being bold enough in your affirmations. What is my daughter's name? Delilah. Delilah Strauss. Rachel met Delilah. She's a nice girl, huh, Rachel?
She's great.
Thank you,
I
Rachel.
love Delilah.
Doesn't she seem confident and happy and stuff?
Yes, very.
Thank you for saying so.
You're welcome. She's great. I love her.
Luis Tizon, I don't know the song Delilah. I don't think. Maybe I did.
Hey there, Delilah.
No, I know that one.
Okay.
And I also know The Lovely, which is what I'll say. Oh, please be sweet, my chickadee. And even though you are only 3, you're delightful, you're delicious, you're lovely. You're delightful, you're delicious, you're lovely. You can tell at a glance what a swell night this is for romance. You can hear dear Mother Nature murmuring low. Let yourself go. The reason I started it so low is because that middle part gets up high. If I started it in a more comfortable spot, I can't get all the way up to the top. It's got a big range. It's by maybe it's Cole Porter, or maybe it's one of those other like old like black guys from like the 1930s or something.
So lovely.
So after much consideration, Alexandra Cruz has decided that we are worthy of hanging out with her and her boyfriend. One time for 20 minutes, and then if we do a good job, she'll hang out with us again. How do you deal with mortality? How do we write your name? Well, the thing is, can you sing Can't Take Me Eyes Off You to Rachel? Oh, can't take me eyes off you, can't take me eyes off you. I don't know that song. I'm not a baritone, I'm probably a tenor. But my voice has gotten lower as I've gotten older. I would imagine NI demonstrative provides other people a singular affirmation. affirmative assertion when they think it's called for, yet all of their own conclusions in their minds are tentative. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you use archetypes and patterns to explain concepts to others, but don't feel the need to do so yourself.
Your gut hunch. I feel something is off or something is right. You know the cause and effect, and pattern recognition makes you better than on the box.
I want to quibble slightly with one of the things Dude says there, which is you don't feel the need to do so yourself. I think for INTPs, it's more like they see the real level of processing as deconstructive, as any driven. It's their tool function. And so that's what I need to say the counter value NI. It's more like they use NI in their communications because they learn it as a FE bolster early on. Okay, if you had an INFP and INFJ who did well on your tests, on all your tests, how would you differentiate them? You wouldn't. If two people score the same thing on all the tests, first of all, nobody's ever scored well on all the tests. It's not possible. Attentional manners, Sredi Chandran, are exclusive of other attentional manners. As we showed today in the supermarket with Rachel, who I asked to attend to SE shit to try to remember a bunch of concrete details about a simple, bland experience. And the reason she was unable to do so is because she's by default paying attention to the people and their emotional displays and their perceptions and their hierarchical relationships and how they're responding to things. In a secondary sense, she's perceptively collapsing those things into singular truths. She doesn't have attentional space left for the other kinds of attention. It's not the answer that reveals us, it's how we get to our answer, I think. Am I correct, Derek? Well, there's two kinds of questions. There's more than two kinds, but there's two main kinds of questions. Some kinds of questions are skills tests. That's specifically for SI, NE, and TI. The other kind of questions are either, it can be like that, where I'm asking a red herring kind of question. Like, so tell me your thoughts on the Battle of Gettysburg in the Civil War. It's not like anything to conclude regarding whether they say the South was at an advantage position or whether they say the South was at an advantage position and blew the advantage. Those kind of things don't matter at all. What you're looking for is really their relationship to the question and to the concept of being told to explicate about something. So that's another kind of question. But then there's another kind of question, which is a value thing. And I go, okay, well, how are they valuing this function? Or how highly do they value this kind of value that correlates with the function? Those are more correlative. So you got to ask a variety of different kinds of questions. And anyway, well, here's the thing, Sredi Chandran, either the two purported INFJs and INFPs, either they both score like an INFP does, in which case they're both INFPs, or they both score like an INFJ does, in which case they're both INFJs. Is Batman an INFJ? No. Batman is probably an ISTJ. That isn't an identity. That isn't an identity of INFP that I would have come across. In fact, I would imagine INFPs that feel that way are probably not INFPs. I'm not great at testing F5. I'm getting better at it a little bit. I can usually sort of smell the TE sooner than I can smell the FI. Well, Freddie Chandran, it's not clearly been established you are an FI user. I'm not certain of it. You're certainly combative like a TI user. You do a pretty good job of it, really. It's dissimulatory, but that's not inconsistent for INTP. So, what you remember is what you pay attention to. Everybody has good SI, but it's the function you apply it to. It doesn't work like that, Peter Dinchichi. That's not how SI works. It's not like the NI remembrance of Rachel are fundamentally the same thing as SI remembrance. She's remembering the takeaway. She's processing everything into symbolic representations of the experience to remember words instead of remembering experiences. It's a high resolution versus a low resolution kind of memory. They're absolutely distinct.
I was like visually like mapping out too.
And I believe she probably thinks much more in visuals than I do. I think almost exclusively in words. When you said there were more rows, that's kind of like, it sounds like what you're saying there is you had visualized the map of the place, kind of.
Right.
And you remembered the map visualization you had done while at the store, but you didn't remember the actual experience of being at the store.
It was nice. I had fun.
Do you remember how it felt to touch the pumpkin?
It was weird at first, but then I was like...
We played Touch the Pumpkin. We stood by these pumpkins. I said, Rachel, okay, touch this pumpkin. Now just close your eyes. Just really remember the experience of touching the pumpkin. Just to do a little SI testing. Before we end this live stream, I want to also say, here's one other great thing about Rachel that I just absolutely love. That third slot SE, she's down to do things like practice, for example. Okay, Rachel, I want to get you singing on this. You're sounding really good here, but you need to practice this section a few times before we sing it. She'll just practice it, practice again, practice again, practice again. She's happy to do that legwork stuff because that's SE and that's SE third for her. It probably gives her a lot of satisfaction to do the legwork. And it makes her easy to work with in lots of different capacities. In addition, she's just a dream in terms of understanding what the goal is here. The goal is to avoid conflict, avoid problems without being avoidant, right? Getting ahead of them, anticipating shit, having the right attitude, which is say wanting things to be positive and happy and good. Those are important, hugely important things. It means that we have to actually be in real disagreement for us to have a fight. We're not looking for a fight. We're not trying to make mountains out of molehills. Neither of us. Let's see what this says. Are you upset based on the reactions of others and how they feel about your behavior, or are you upset because you did something incorrect by your own standards to make you feel guilty FE versus FI? No, Freddie Chandran. No. What you're saying is, are you upset because you did something incorrect by your own standards? Then you're a TI or an FI user, because that's a deliberative function. Both FI and TI are deliberative functions. You are correct. If you're upset about something because of other people's perceptions, that's FE. But even though you're correct about that, you'll note that you've made no progress here because TI and FI still have not been distinguished between. TI and FI are both deliberation functions. They both believe they can determine on their own, with their own logics, what the truth is. They don't need to consult other people. That's true for INTPs and INFPs. So, you think you disagree with my definition of FI, but Eric doesn't seem to have any trouble delegating roles. I don't have any problem delegating. I have a little bit of a problem finding people to delegate to, maybe, but I do have a problem asking people in the community to do things for me without compensating them. Now, it's different with my significant other or, my partner and stuff where I've got arrangements in place. Soft dudes an ENFJ. Don't let him bullshit you with his Adderall thing. He's totally an ENFJ. The polar FI is fucking cold as the Antarctic.
Yeah, we haven't only known each other for 2 days. Well, I mean, it has been 2 days. A week.
What do I mean by deliberative function? Well, TI and FI both are the ways that human beings process information that they don't yet know and cannot intuit a holistic conclusion from immediately. So if I say 2 plus 2, you already know the answer is 4. If I say 16 plus 17, you can immediately conclude 33. Not because you really remember that, but because it's easy enough. But if I say 22 plus 57 plus 144 plus 2,222 plus 10,422, then you're going to have to actually stop and deliberate it out, No, I don't, with sauce. You clearly don't have polar any. Yeah, thanks, Winston's mom. That's a good sentiment. Let's see here. It would be nice to have someone to take to bed so they can cheer. There's a lot of people in the TWFP community who probably feel that way. And I certainly have felt that way in a lot of stretches in my life. Like I felt lonely and I wanted somebody to love me. And a lot of times that caused me to, in fact, every time prior to this time, I think, that desire caused me to settle for somebody that didn't make me feel anything really. Rachel's already made me feel extremely powerful feelings. Those feelings have resided into normal Eric sort of FI polar a bit, in the sense that I'm not incapable of functioning because I'm so enamored of this woman. But, now that FI is out of the mix, my decision making is much more clear. And it's like, well, she's fucking, there's not a goddamn thing to dislike here. It's like, wow, this is really couldn't have gone any better. This is going amazingly well. It's like that, Freddie Chandler is still.
Why was it so depressing?
I'm just going too fast. I got to go back up and let's see. Or we just won't even talk about our own ideas because others will want to intrude or taint it. This person says we have enough to fall in love, into a long-term relationship, etc. Rachel's had enough opportunity to get to know Eric through his live streams. Oh, I see. This is responding to Eileen. You guys don't know each other. This is so fresh. You see the other sides too soon. See, I mean, I get that, and I have a certain amount of like habituated distrust that pops up. Like, all right, now come on, where's our trouble spots? And I'm well. I try to talk to her a lot and get ahead of any possible trouble spots. What I'm realizing is I can start to relax a bit. This is not combustible at all. This is not fire and dynamite. This is, goodness and truth and justice. Goodness and truth and compatibility.
Yeah.
It's it doesn't matter how long we've known each other. I mean, I only need to know so much about Rachel. I need to know how she treats me. I need to know how volatile she is. Like, is she gonna abruptly, one day make plans with me, the next day block me, some shit like that? Or no, she was all in from the get-go too. She knew what she wanted. She pursued me. She won. Some of you may say she lost. But talk. Can you please talk about videos before you actually talk to me?
I saw Eric's videos last year when I was getting into type was 7 wing 8. So I did a I did a YouTube search that was to find out what what famous people also have 7 wing 8, and talking with famous people came up, and he was talking about the differences between 7 wing 8 and 7 wing 6, and I was like, I definitely see that.
It must have been a super old video because I don't even use wings anymore at all. I guess I did back then. Now, so that we don't always hear these questions of how old is she? There. Now you and I look like we're supposed to be together. The wig doesn't fit on you as well as it does me, though, I must say.
I guess the
wig really looks good on me.
It really does.
Yeah. Are we ready to wrap this live stream up, Rachel?
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, everybody.
Yeah, being here.
The things that sit in the center of the table, that's a gift. You can take that home with you if you want at the end of the ceremony.